I've hooked another pedo.
Morgan, have you seen my coat?
Behind the door. Did you hear? I've got another.
What's my coat doing behind the door?
45 years old, Caucasian male, occupation, works at the spa.
Can you stop profiling them like corpses? I swear to God, where are my keys?
Check the sideboard.
And you really shouldn't be doing this sort of thing anyway. Do you not think I've checked the sideboard?
The other sideboard.
Oh.
Goes by the name Peter Siboldi, 1999. He wants a sneaky look at my knickers. Little does he know that I am
You are a child, actually, so he's doing quite well as far as paedophilia is concerned.
But I'm older than he thinks.
Yeah, well, still.
He thinks I'm 10. I think he has an affliction known as...
I love you, but I don't care. I've got somewhere to be.
Did you see the pigeon man is back?
Again?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He must think they must think he's their dad.
So eerie. How he clucks at them.
Tell me about it.
How did he even manage to get them in that hut? Pigeons are wild.
Yeah, but they aren't like normal pigeons.
Special pigeons.
Breeding pigeons. Anyway, they're safe in there.
Central Station pigeons. Safe from what? It's not natural.
Pet pigeons. Well, it keeps him happy, so...
Odd. I think that one's called Barry.
Maybe. Oh, he could be a Pierre.
Oh, so now you're bringing out the higher French.
I got a better grade than you did at my age.
Well.
How are you going to handle Joshua Stewart Campbell's recent misdemeanors? Vandalization of a local resident's property isn't something you take lightly, I assume. And the evidence is damning, to say the least.
Morgan, what have I told you about going through my stuff?
You say that like I've robbed you. You shouldn't leave your notebooks just lying around. Terrible GDPR violation.
Not what GDPR means.
Is that your defense?
Now you've mentioned it, I'm at a bit of a loss.
Call in the parents?
No use. His dad worked at the shipyard down South Street. It shut down a couple months ago. He's worked there since he was a boy.
Can't find work, I take it.
Definitely not. Mum's struggling to support the family on her salary, especially with Dad's new fondness for the bottle.
Ah.
Yeah. Anything I can do would barely scratch the surface. His panic attacks are only getting worse. Don't know what to do. He's just stopped listening.
Have you tried all the classic breathing techniques?
Yeah, of course I have, but it won't stop him acting out. He just needs to make a little bit less noise. My job would be a whole lot easier.
Wow. I'm so glad you're in charge of the well-being of children.
Oh, well.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Shouting.
No one's shouting.
It sounds like upstairs again.
In the name of Christ, can you please calm
Look,
down?
something's going on. I can tell. It's highly suspicious.
Nothing is going on.
Tuesday, the 27th of March, 11:40, male voice, vocal aggression. Wednesday, the 28th of March, 1901, male and female vocal aggression, possible smashed plates. Friday, the 29th of March.
You're beginning to sound paranoid.
You're beginning to sound naive.
Morgan, who cares if our upstairs neighbours have a loveless marriage?
You'll care when you see her body falling from the window.
Oh, that is awful grim. Plus, they're on the second floor. She'd be fine. Probably.
That's not my point.
You worry too much, my dear. Why don't we get some fresh air in this place? It's nice and warm for me. All right, Jesus, wet. Do you smell that? It smells like cabbage or cauliflower, broccoli maybe. Definitely it's some sort of vegetable.
Yeah, it's hash, Mum.
Gracious!
Scandalous.
What? Where is it coming from?
Andrew, down the stairs. Let's see. It's 7:30 a.m. on a Tuesday, which is quite early for him. Not like him, usually. He must have had a rough night. Or, if I've counted the weeks properly, there's a high chance his ex-wife is bringing around the kids today. He's been in the house a lot more recently. I wonder what's happened to his job. He works in IT, so he really should be leaving for work.
Been running out my living room this whole time. I couldn't even tell you his last name.
I'm surprised you haven't noticed the smell before. He smokes it quite a lot. I assume he's a renter, so he has to go around the back. Or maybe if his ex-wife knew, she wouldn't let him see the kids. How messy was the divorce? Do you know?
Why would I know or care about that? I'm going to go down there and talk to him.
What? Why?
It's antisocial.
What's antisocial about it?
I am social and I feel antied.
Well, thank you for clearing that up. That makes perfect sense, Mother.
It doesn't make me feel comfortable knowing there's illegal activity happening in earshot.
Earshot.
It makes me feel unclean, under threat.
Yes, because stoners are famously threatening.
Just not acceptable. No, I'm going down there.
I'm asking you not to do that.
Oh, well, last time I checked, nobody died and made you king.
Please.
Oh, jumpy.
I'd rather you didn't, is all.
Ooh.
What the hell was that?
Mrs. Tough Guy, writing down everyone's movements, never has a day off from being creepy and odd. You're all talk and no substance. I'm going to go down there and speak to him. Then maybe you don't have to keep writing down everything he does. You can sleep soundly, knowing nothing bad is going on.
That's not the point.
Well, then, Morgan, could you please enlighten me as to what the point of all this shite is?
I just don't want you to provoke him. Like, physically.
Do you think I'm challenging him to a duel?
Like, can you take me seriously, please? I'm worried in case you upset him. You don't know what kind of a week he's had.
That makes absolutely no difference to me. It's illegal. I'm in the right. The law says so. Stop sticking up for illegal activity.
Yeah, but it's only, like, just illegal. Look, basically, it's not that big of a deal, and it's not worth getting into a scrap about.
For someone who thinks they understand how people work as much as you do, you really don't have a clue. No one would respond badly. I'm not going to threaten him.
Yeah, but what if he snaps?
Morgan.
What if this is the straw that breaks his back and something inside of him just goes?
Right. You're acting up again. That won't happen.
Yeah, maybe not now.
Ah, yes. The assassination will come later.
No, it's like, you know that bit in Hannibal where he's got that file of facts, you know, free-range rude of people who have been rude to him, and when he's angry, he just goes through it and like picks one of them to have for dinner.
So, okay, so now Andrew's a cannibal.
No, but he could have a similar system in place. Who am I to tell?
Morgan, I love you, but that is absurd.
No. See, you say it's mental and absurd to think this way. If you follow that logic, no one would ever do anything, etc., etc. There's no use being paranoid. But, you know, when he puts a firework through our letterbox, you'll be saying to yourself, Christ, I really just shouldn't have said anything. None of this would have happened if I just kept myself to my fucking self. So why rock the boat in the first place? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh. Perks of the job. Can't exactly start without me.
All right.
All right. See you later.
Mom, Mom? Mom?
What? What is it? What's the matter?
Something's going on.
What? Nothing's going on.
You can hear the sirens. Don't lie to me.
Oh, okay. No, I can definitely hear it. I still think you need to get to bed. Have you slept
What
at
if
all
someone's
tonight?
in trouble?
Morgan, it's none of our business.
But what if everyone thinks that?
They won't.
But
You need to stop. You don't know what's happening. The police are already on their way, and it sounds like they're far off anyway. Oh, Jesus.
something's happened. This block, do we think?
What, doing a bit of bird watching?
This isn't funny. What if someone's in trouble or hurt or I don't know, and they just...
Or a piano fell on someone's head, or a plane crashed into a bungalow, or a cat got struck by lightning. It could have been anything. Probably nothing. Can you try and relax? For me?
Okay. Fine. I'll take your word for it, but as long as you admit that it could have been really...
Okay. Okay. Deep breaths. Everything's fine. I'll handle this, darling. I'm gonna need you to keep calm. For me. Don't do anything weird. I don't know how to put this.
What?
So you know our neighbours upstairs, David and Angela. He's an electrician, I think, and she's
She's a photographer, of course I do.
well, they
Mum, spit it out.
died mysteriously.
What? What kind of mysteriously?
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh.
Hmm.
So
that was the good news. So the bad news.
how do they quickly? Doesn't that need to be like
an autopsy? Yeah, I think it's a educated guess, if I'm honest. But so my point is,
did they have a detector?
Probably. I don't know how much you can trust those things.
Weird thing to say about carbon monoxide detectors. Wouldn't that kill us too?
I'm sorry, are you sticking up for the rights of inanimate objects now? Wasn't being a vegan enough for you?
Why aren't we dead?
Sometimes detectors just don't work.
God, you know what I mean. Things don't just stop working.
Sometimes they do. Your father stopped working when he decided he couldn't
Wouldn't
be
we have
arsed.
a headache or be feeling nauseous?
Maybe if your father takes
there's
child
hundreds
support,
sudden, but it's quick.
Oh.
Why aren't we dead? And what have the police got to do with it anyway? I mean, what's with the sirens?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't think they're telling us everything.
You mean...
They're trying to get some more information.
Is the death suspicious?
Apparently her sister phoned them, and when they hadn't answered, she assumed that they were out.
They never go out on weekdays.
Well, exactly. So they had been acting suspiciously.
I mean, I guess he has been out a lot more recently. Sometimes he doesn't come home until like 1 or 2 in the morning.
So this is where the bad news comes in. I sort of assumed you'd know something about this.
Tell me you didn't.
The police are going to come to speak to you, I mean us, about what we know about them, if we've noticed anything.
We know nothing. I've never met them.
Right, relax. I told them you would see David on your way to school sometimes, and you struck up an unlikely friendship. It's a barefaced lie, but there we go.
Oh God, I don't know if I can go along with that.
So There's an officer standing outside. I asked him to give you a few minutes to get yourself together, but they'd like to come in for a chat, not an official statement or anything, so that there's no need to worry.
No, not doing it, not happening. No, no.
Please.
You know how I feel about lying.
So you want me to tell them you've been essentially stalking strangers for months?
Not months, only really like
Oh,
weeks.
stop it. It's been going on for years. You've only just recently gotten into writing it down. And it's finally useful. You've got information that could be useful. What if someone hurt them?
Don't you see the issue with this? How do I stop them from figuring me out? When do I plead ignorance? How much do I give away? Oh my God, oh Jesus Christ. God.
What language?
I don't think there's a way for you to adequate for me to look. I can't tell you the kind of mental torment you're putting me under right now. You should have just pleaded ignorance.
Oh, hey, hypocrite, coward. And here you were criticizing me for trying to sleep through an alarm.
That's different.
It's the same. Don't question the neighbors for monoxide. Something fishy is going on. Here's me thinking you'd want to get to the bottom of it.
Right, okay.
Good. Right, I'll invite them in. Stick the kettle on, right?
One problem. How much of my research do you think is legal? What about my pedos?
It's not illegal to talk to pedos.
No, but it is illegal to hack into police databases.
Oh, hen, you've arsed this one up.
We need to get rid of like all of this stuff.
Why would you do that? Why would you even print out evidence?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, woman. Right, hide your laptop. Right?
Right.